Hi guys, Brendan popping in here just before the episode. I wanted to thank everyone who's been enjoying this game. The feedback, as always, has been lovely, and I don't think I would have continued this project this long without it. This is the last episode of Act 3 before the finale starts up. Due to some technical issues, we kind of lost the whole Hundred Kingdoms War story arc, but we're going to continue on. I'm going to be taking a hiatus from posting Act 4 until the whole thing is edited. Like I did with Friendly Neighborhood Exalts, I want to add in extra scenes to make the finale and extended combats that happen during it at least a bit more engaging and try to flex my editing muscles. This is also due in part to some odd choices that are made in the final battle that require a little more finesse with editing and figuring out where things should go to make the most sense. To put it into scale, I have about 11 sessions worth of recordings that are the whole of Act 4, but some things need to be more near the beginning that were recorded near the end, and others need to be mixed in with other fights to keep a nice sense of pace. And generally, I want to leave you all with an overall good experience instead of something that could have been good. But yeah, my hope is to start posting the finale sometime in March or April, but to do that, I also won't be able to post any new episodes. We hope you understand, and thank you for sticking around. Now, please enjoy the last episode of Act 3. Hello and welcome to A Pair of Dice Lost podcasting channel. My name is Brendan. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be your storyteller for this game about living gods on the wrong side of the law. Joining me for this game is...
Hey there, guys. My name is Tyler. Pronouns are he, him. I'm going to be playing Ricky, the fire-aspected street exorcist.
Hi, everybody. My name's Christina. I will be playing Elion. My pronouns are she, her, and Elion's pronouns are they, them. They are a water-aspected investigator.
Hi, everyone. My name's Cody. Pronouns are he, they, and I play Amalar Devine, the air-aspected shady businessman.
Hi, my name is Britt, and my pronouns are she and her. I play a wood aspect named Rush Fairus, who has a ferret familiar named Zeke. Together, they specialize in archery, larceny, and dance.
Hi, I'm Michaela, she, her, and I'll be playing Tirali of House Regara, an Earth-aspected leader of a small military force known as the Tyrants, who cooks the books for the gang.
And this is Exalted, like a dragon-blooded. Act 3, 100 Kingdoms, 100 Heresies. He turns. The children back away, seem to run for corners that have holes in them for them to slink away into little mouse holes. He takes what looks like a martial arts stance. Who are you? How did you find me?
Mountain, it's me, and that's when she'll pull the cloth down from her face, and then she'll take a step in just enough to slide the door closed behind her and take the hood off of her head as well so he can see who it is.
It's a moment to recognize who you are. And then a slow creeping smile spreads across his large his large, normally jovial face.
Before he says anything, Ferris will immediately put her hand up to her face and a finger up in a shushing moment and take her other hand to make it look like she's trying to tell him to keep the volume down because she knows how he is and doesn't want him yelling her name at her that he recognizes her.
Friend, it is good to see you. Are the other captains of your family well?
As far as I'm aware, they're all good right now. One is here in the area, and she kind of gestures to a general space in the area, not to really say that he's with her. And then she's going to kind of look at him You look really bad. Do you need some assistance?
It has been a very hard couple of months, years. Time is hard to tell here.
She's gonna slowly walk towards him. She'll stay on the outer edges of the walls of the room, kind of keeping her distance from where the children were so she's not frightening them. Zeke will then pop his head out, looking towards the children, and kind of hop down on the ground and kind of do a little ferret thing and try to get them interested in him while she goes to tend to Mountain.
The children have all vanished.
Oh, they just dipped?
There are many mouse holes in the bountiful bear of this place, and they have the run of them.
Okay, well then in that case, since they're gone, Zeke will bounce back up onto her shoulders and just kind of rest on her shoulders, and she'll go to tend to Mountain. What happened? What's going on? Where is everyone? What happened to you? As she's kind of talking to him and assessing his wounds and scars and scrapes and stuff, those are the only questions that come out, but she's got lots of questions in her eyes.
After the Empress took over Chiaroscuro, we came under her rule. She has made people bow to her, made us work, made slaves of the people for the betterment of creation, that we might be able to survive. She does not tell us what that we survive against, what that we strive against, only that we must. It has been a very fraught existence in the Undercity. I have saved as many children as I possibly could, but there are still so many, and the Undercity's tunnels are vast. Sometimes we get lost.
Right. It sounds like you're doing good work, but you're not doing well, as she kind of gestures to the all of him. How bad does he look?
Like he's probably taken a couple health levels of damage over the course of a couple months and then had to mortally heal them up.
Does he look like he could use some healing now, or that everything looks relatively healed, but just beaten and battered?
He could use a little bit of patching up. The way that he took his martial arts stance looks off. Like one of the arms, one of the bones in his arm is not exactly the way it should be.
Then Fairus is gonna kind of go up to the arm that kind of looked a little off, and she's gonna kind of ask for permission, may I, to touch his arm before she starts using a medicine charms.
You're his friend. He's going to give you permission.
I figured, but you always ask. And with that, I'm going to use 3 motes to get 3 extra die, and another 5 motes to use wound closing technique.
Okay, go for it.
I'm also going to use 1 willpower for an auto success. And it's medicine and what?
Medicine, and since you are trying to actively work on him, that would be Dex.
I lied. This charm says intelligence and medicine.
Well, then if the charm says into medicine, then that's what you're rolling.
So Fairus will gently touch his arm, and she will kind of look over the damage, look for any cuts and stuff, any obvious signs that maybe she learned from her brother when he was teaching her some medicine stuff, when she learned her charms. She will take, as best as she can, like one of her scarves off to kind of wrap the area a little bit as well, kind of clean it up before she casts her charm on him to help.
Okay, I'll give you an extra 2 dice.
7 successes. And it says each success converts a single level of lethal damage to bashing.
Okay, you are able to take away a bunch of his lethal damage, switching it over to bashing. His arm will now heal up properly in times to come.
Did he have a wound penalty at all? Because it
Yes, it
says
did.
if I roll successes equal to the patient's wound penalty +1, she may heal a single level of bashing damage as well.
Then you do that.
Ayy.
Fairus, what are you doing here?
Devine and I are here kind of figuring out what's going on, getting information.
I'm sorry, you're working with Devine?
Yes.
I appreciate everything that you've done for me. Now leave. I will not be around that trafficker.
What do you mean? Devine's not a trafficker.
Fairus, I will not, as your friend, I will not ask again. He has done terrible things in this city.
Fairus kind of takes a step back, trying to understand what he just told her. And she kind of looks a little hurt, but not sure if it's hurt from the information she just got or that he thinks that Devine is a trafficker. Mountain, I don't know what you're talking about.
Fairus, out of respect for you and the rest of the captains, I'm going to politely ask you to leave my presence. I cannot be around someone who is with him. You've done many good things for me. However, he is the reason that I have lost my son, Little Mountain. If you do not leave, I will scream and ask for the Empress to come down and find you right now. This is my hatred of that person.
Ferris looks extremely hurt by this information, and she just begins to back away. She will kind of put her head down, put her scarves and hood back up, so just her eyes and nose are uncovered. And she'll kind of slip back out the door, but before closing it all the way and before stepping completely out, she will say one last thing to Mountain. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's going on. But we'll get to the bottom of this, and I'm sorry.
He turns away from you, clearly upset by this, and you can see the beginnings of tears welling in his eyes. I am too, Fairus. But if you're here to help with Ricky and Elian and Tarali, then free us from this tyranny and show me what that you mean. But until that I can gaze upon the sun again with my boy, I cannot be in the same room as that man.
I will do everything I can to help and make this right. And she will disappear. With tears in her eyes as well.
So, Cody, I've given you a moment. Do you have the perfect entrance for me now?
Yeah, Devine uses a bit of his aura as it branches off a gust of air, blows the door to Salon's office open, revealing a man with a Tyrannata clan tyrant dragon back tattoo standing with his back to the door. He looks over his shoulder. You know, they say it's a truly weak king who lets his queen stay captured. Anime pose.
Regara Salon turns around you. Holy shit, I am wasted. The person that Regara Salon was talking to looks to you. Ah, you must be Amelar Devine. It's been a little bit, hasn't it? Or have we met yet? You see the kind of peacocky form of Kai. With all their weird Malthian energy and their kind of shimmering, liquidy skin. I was just having a chat with your employee here. Interesting that you'd show up. She is wise, you know? She saw through, She saw through a ruse that, the Empress is pulling. Oh yeah, you fuck? That's not the real Empress. Asha's a pretender to the throne. Real Empress, oh. She's... I don't know where the Scarlet Empress is, but I'll tell you what. She is still my, like, multiple times removed grandmother, so you don't be calling anyone else Empress besides Scarlet Empress, my grandma Scarlet. Salon is clearly very toasted. She has downed an entire bottle, it seems, this night of Thorns Moscato.
Oh no. I don't think we have met. But I believe your reputation precedes you. Proper introductions. Amelar Devine. And he takes a bow, and I'm gonna use auspicious first meeting attitude.
First off, while that you do that, Kai is going to go to shake your hand, but is also going to simultaneously do a read intentions roll on you. They are specifically looking for any intimacies that you have that might relate to Elian. These could be things that you could be like, well, you know, I respect Elian, like very direct things, or it could be things like, I respect a good martial artist, or even like, all the captains deserve my respect. So they are going to try to see if that you are someone who cares deeply enough about Elian that they would care.
Yeah. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 motes on Smoke Wreathed Mane. When a character I'm aware of rolls read intentions, essence 1s on their roll force them to re-roll a successful die starting at 7s and moving up.
Very interesting.
And what's lower, Kai's Guile or Resolve?
I'm actually pulling up their thing right now. It would be their Guile at a 5.
Dope.
What is your Guile, Devine?
That's a good question.
I hope it has a good answer.
Well, I've got a feeling that him finding out if I have an intimacy towards Elian would harsh the mellow, and I have an integrity specialty for bitch don't kill my vibe.
However, Cody, I believe that Guile is pulled off of Resolve. Integrity is pulled, or Guile is pulled off of Socialize, I believe.
Oh, wait, yeah, it is. So my specialties, yeah, I'm going to argue that I have a cooler costume than he does right now because of that entrance. cooler costume than they have.
You know what? Do you have a specialty about I have a cooler costume and socialize?
My socialized specialty is the coolest costume.
So technically, as this is Kai Prime, technically they have demon armor on. But you did make a really cool entrance, and I'm not going to say that my adorable Scrunko NPC exigent is better than you. So, yeah. I'll let that specialty apply.
Is demon armor cooler than a Yakuza back tat? I don't think so.
Not in this game, it isn't.
So yeah, with that, let me calculate moat. Spending 6 moats on to raise the guile by 3. That puts my total guile at 8.
Okay, then. He is going to roll a little bit here. And I will let you know that since he knows that you are a person of special interest, he is blowing a willpower for an auto success.
Me too.
God, a willpower to up your defense? What? No, a thing that people continuously forget to do here.
Wild.
So what is your guile again? I'm sorry. 6?
Now it is 9.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend another willpower on my instill roll.
I mean it. Do you have an intimacy of oh wait, I got a 1, didn't I?
You did. Reroll one of those 7s. Best fucking XP I've ever spent.
Holy shit. Holy shit, it actually worked this time. So since I rolled a 1, does that mean that it cascades again?
It doesn't say, so that would be a GM call.
I feel like it does, because I feel like that we have run into things where that the 6 continue to appear and we continue to roll it.
Yeah, essence 1s, because it is technically the same roll, so up to 5 1s. So you would re-roll another 1 now that it's a 1.
I mean, the irony here is that if I roll a 10, I am back up at 9.
Don't roll a 10. See? Don't roll a 10. Easy.
Okay, well, I mean, I had a 10. Hey, I had a 10% chance. You feel that Kai is peering at you, looking interested at your intentions with them, as well as trying to peer deeply into how that you might have been affected by Elian. And they seem content to know that you are maybe that you're not. They are content to know that that in their mind, you do not consider Elian a person of interest to the point that would be interesting to them. To do a little peek behind the curtain, specifically Kai's entire thing is, hey, if I realize that you care about Elian or are Elian or are something that Elian cares about, I get my full solar level excellency against you. If not, I'm only allowed to work at dragon-blooded levels.
So about that positive tie that Kai has towards me.
Damn, bro. That's 12 successes.
You want to go with friends in another life?
They clasp your hands with both hands now, as that something seems to have clicked with them. Oh, Amular Devine. I knew that I'd heard the name before. Your family's done a lot of work for me. Very good work. Not on the books kind of work, but I should say that I received work from them. They kept me very well fed and clothed and, well, learning just about everything that there is to know about martial arts in the area. In fact, they helped fund a couple of my expeditions. It is so nice to meet a scion of House Amular.
Oh, buddy, we really are in the upside down, huh?
I like to think of this more as the way things should have been.
Yeah. So what brings you down here slumming it? I thought you word on the street is you worked with the Empress.
He looks to you. He looks to Salon. He smiles. Wait on the street is I just supposed to work with the Empress. Something like that. Yeah, she's a means to an end.
Devine takes a moment to compose himself. I still didn't answer my question. What are you doing down here?
I was trying to see if that Salon would be willing to start opening up her stuff under me. The gambling hall and everything. It's nice, but it's not being used, and soon we'll have a need for the underground again, so I would like it if that she would help out a little bit more. I told her that we could pay and everything, but no, she's very... And she cuts in, I'm not selling. I already got out of that shit deal with Thanos. Now I only work for Devine, because he's the only person I can trust. Well, you hear. You're the only person that she can trust. And I've been told that killing her would be in poor taste.
I think killing her would be a very bad decision.
And I'm nothing if known for my good decision-making skills, and after all, hence the ability to stay alive so long. Killing your comrades, stringing them up, crucifying them outside of the streets and everything for you all to see when you eventually make your grand comeback. That was my idea, and Moya completely shot it down, and I don't want to continue to piss off the architect of my master's return. So, actually interesting question here, because it's a little weird to see you here, if I'm being completely honest. Why are you here?
Oh, I mean, didn't you just hear me when I opened? So the thing is, I don't know if you've ever no, you don't strike me as the reading type. There's this thing called the hero's journey, and we are about to come back it's called returning with the elixir. We are about to come back and take our home back and kick your ass because somebody's got to teach you a lesson and right the wrongs of whatever the fuck y'all got going on in this place. And I want to use rumor dredging gaze, Brendan.
Okay. What are you going to find out, and what is that against?
It's read intention, so it's against his guile. And you tell me. Because instead of specifying an intimacy I wish to discern, the dragon blood instead uncovers whichever intimacy her target most desires to keep hidden from them. If they use this information to blackmail the target with a bargain or threaten action in the same scene, they double knives on influence rolls, which can be made with any social ability. A successful influence roll grants them 1 willpower.
Oh. Well, go ahead and roll it. Since you've been doing the RP against him, I'll give you 2 extra dice and an auto success. He is, however, going to spend 4 motes to pump his guy out to 7.
I'm also going to spend 6 motes on 3 auto successes and a willpower on 4.
Oh boy.
12 successes.
And you're going to find out what intimacy that I least want you to know about.
Yep.
Now, I feel like that the intimacy that No, that is technically because of his weird exigence. That is technically his limit trigger and his excellency trigger. Well, I'm sorry, their limit trigger and their excellency trigger. It's a weird way that it works. Now, basically, they're allowed to use their full excellency when that they are taking away things that make Elian happy, but they have to roll limit whenever they observe or hear about Elian being happy, as Elian is their current obsessive target.
That's so weird.
The reason for this, I could go into, but essentially as a child of Ceciline, they are expressing since they are using the Peronel, the living armor, to shield themselves and can enhance their health capabilities. So using the Gilmine, the dancer, that thing that you all saw, or that some of you saw at the in Nexus, how that they are able to create multiple Kais. They have to be expressive through something else, which they are expressing through the empty soul. And the only way that they can be empty is by taking a thing and then emptying it out. And they don't want it to be themselves. Why would they want it to be themselves that's empty? So they express it by making other things empty, taking away what makes others happy, or finding things that make others happy and destroying them.
So here's the deal, Kai. You're on my turf. Salon's obviously not selling out because she's the best partner a Scion could ask for. He's going to wink at Salon. But I don't want you to come all this way and leave empty-handed. So you're going to turn around and you're going to walk out of the Undercity. And you're going to do this because I'm going to tell you where Resh Fairus is.
Kai gets this devilish grin. You can see that the Peronel, the living armor, also appears to grin along his skin. Oh, you brought my favorite chew toy. Oh, you are a sweet, sweet thing, aren't you, Amalar Devine? You are just as good as your great-grandfather. Oh, we are going to be good partners, you and I. Now, where is she?
Wow, you really aren't the brightest bulb in the bunch. Obvious, if we're coming back to reclaim our turf, I'm getting my little corner of the Undercity. Where's the princess going to go? To the tower.
Of course. Of course she would. That's where that all of her things would be hidden. The things that she couldn't take out when she was leaving here. Maybe you're tricking me. No. Even if it would be an obvious trick, you would have been giving away too much information by allowing me to let you live by walking out of here. But you could be very useful. He's kind of like talking to himself and kind of goes, I'm going to go check out your old headquarters. I'm going to raid everything, and I'm going to go and do that. And I'm sure that that's going to give you time to look around, figure out whatever you're doing here, and then you're going to probably set up some kind of defense and trick me into fighting you, or trick me into doing whatever. But you do seem to be pretty truthful and pretty cool with me lately, so I'm going to let you have this one. And if you're tricking me, we're going to have a problem later on down the line. Understood?
I can't wait. The look on your face when you find her is going to be amazing. I wish I could be there to see it.
Don't let anyone tell them that Devine wouldn't sell someone out to save his own skin.
Oh, you still think I'm doing this to save my skin? Yeah, sure. Yep. That's I just want you out of my house.
All right. I'm going. Don't forget to stop by and let the Empress know that you're swearing your loyalty or whatever.
Yeah, will do.
And Kai leaves, and you are left alone with Salon. Britt, as you are leaving from the Bountiful Bear, make me the best dex and stealth roll of your life as you see Kai walking out of the shaved Yedem.
Okay. I'm assuming he's not trying to hide himself, so it's very obvious that I see him.
Correct.
So as soon as Fairus sees them, she will suck in her breath to hold it, step into the shadows as best as she can. She's going to pull everything tighter on her to cover her face more, so it's just her eyes visible. And she will slink down behind something that's right there next to her. And she will watch as she tries to make herself disappear.
I'll give you 2 extra dice and an auto success.
Alright, time to spend some fucking essence, but not too much essence, so I start glowing.
Don't forget that most stealth charms are mute, which means that you don't start glowing.
That's right! I forgot! Never mind.
Actually, most stealth and larceny charms are mute. Why would you start glowing if you're doing stealth and larceny? That literally makes no sense.
Look, my brain is so focused on, I'm spending this much essence, I'm gonna glow, that I forget that doesn't make sense if you're stealthing.
I really didn't pay attention to how many charms are actually mute until I got that charm that lets me mute charms, and then it's like, oh wait, these were already mute all along.
So I'm going to let you know, as the fun thing about charms goes. Sometimes you don't have to be aware that you can activate the full excellency. But if the situation would allow you to, you, the player, are allowed to, which means that technically, in this case, since that Fairus is almost walking onto the scene, and Kai has a chance to see her, Kai is allowed their full excellency.
Bullshit.
Make it good.
Is that like DM for time to pull a 3-dot stone out your ass, Britt?
You know, probably. Right now I'm going over the charms that I want to spend or use and spend, so that way I can get some good dice. And then I'm gonna describe a little bit more of what the fuck I'm doing.
Britt, out of curiosity, do you want me to roll the dice first and you know what you have to beat? Or do you want everything to be rolled all at once to up the tension?
I don't want to know. I want it all rolled at once.
Understood.
Let's spike my anxiety to the max.
I mean, if we want to spike Britt's anxiety to the max, it might be fun to tell her how many bonus dice you're adding to your roll, but not how many dice are actually in your pool.
I'm adding 7.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Remind me again, if you have a specialty in something, does that give you the ability to spend more essence on that charm?
Yes, it does.
So, since I have... Oh, okay. Since I have a specialty in stealth for avoiding detection, does that mean I can spend 6 motes for my excellency?
Yes, it does.
Alright, so, I'm going to spend 6... I'm gonna spend 6 motes to use Distracting Breeze Meditation to get 3 auto successes. I'm going to spend an additional 2 motes for Flowing Shadow Stance to reroll 6s until they cease to appear. And I'm going to spend a willpower to get another auto. And then I'm also going to, if there's any walls or trash cans or anything in the street. Fairus is going to use her flexibility and ability to like bend as needed to make sure she can squeeze down as small as she can behind an object that normally couldn't hide a person super well because of the size of it. And she's going to kind of bend herself into like a pretzel, but still be able to get out of it because that's like what she does, to fit behind an object to look less conspicuous or be something that she can hide, like a normal person can hide behind. And she's going to, again, hold her breath, and she's going to put a hand kind of over Zeke's face, so that way he doesn't move or squeak or do whatever he can. And she's just going to listen to him or to them move away, hopefully. Probably at the point of feeling like her heart is going to beat out of its chest in anticipation while she hides there.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to bump that up to a 3-dot stunt. So that's 2 extra dice, 2 auto successes, 2 willpower.
Excellent. Now to roll. I'm adding 7 auto successes to this roll.
That's very good. Let me know when you're rolling.
18 successes.
Versus my 10.
Oh my god.
Best stealth roll of your life.
Probably. I don't know if I've gotten any better than that, but 18's pretty good.
Kai walks through the Undercity. Kai exits the Undercity, unaware that their quarry is not here.
Once Fairus hears them leave the area, she will continue to hold her breath as long as she can, slowly releasing it, the slowest she's ever released her breath, to where she can almost can't take it, before slowly inhaling again and waiting even longer to make sure they are no longer in the area before she will peek around a corner to verify. She is huddled on the ground with her knees up to her chest as tight as she can, with her head buried in her knees as well, to appear small and almost like a child sitting down there because of how small she's made herself.
You are able to hide there however long that you wish. With 18 successes, it is going to be a long time before anyone else finds you. It'll be you who tells us when that you reveal yourself. So we're going to switch back to Devine. Devine, you are there with a very drunk Regara Salon.
Devine, it's so good to see you. Man, that guy. That dude, that person makes my skin crawl. And it's not just because of his crawling skin.
Yeah, I can't wait till Lillian beats their ass.
Is Elian here with you? Did you lie to them? Don't worry, I won't tell.
No, we left Lillian at home. Well, where home is weird. Elian will be coming soon, but we needed to be able to use more of our cunning abilities. So they opted to stay at home base.
All right, sounds good. Well, hey, I'm glad that you're here, because that would mean you guys have a plan, right? Y'all have a plan, right?
We're working on it. This is the information gathering phase of the plan.
Yeah.
Right now, the plan is come in, fight Moya, win. So we're filling out the details.
Right. So I've been kind of, Regardless, Salon kind of looks at herself and just kind of, you give me just a moment. I'm real bad at muting my charms. And you see a suddenly a fire aura go from her as that she begins to heat herself up rapidly. She begins to sweat, and then she looks at you and goes, "Okay, burn the alcohol out." Little occult trick that I learned.
You wasted a buzz on little old me. That's why you're the best partner, Regara.
I try. But yeah, and it was the Thorns Moscato too. So I guess you're gonna have to go back and get me some more. Oh no, I know you got a supplier. It's Tanos, isn't it?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
You're right. I don't want answers to it.
So, what's been going? What's the word on the street? I know it's a little harder to get when business is slowed down, or business hasn't slowed down, has it?
No, it hasn't. We still have all the runners and the lower end people from the crime family here. Just because the captain's left didn't mean that we lost loyalty, my guy.
Yeah, sometimes the ruse is so good I fell for it too for a second. Just
All your runners, all your hosts and hostesses, all the people who run the hotel, all of the people that you hired to run the city streets and everything. I mean, yeah, it's been rough, and a couple of our people have gone down in the line of duty, but we've been waiting for your return loyally. The only reason that Moya won't touch this place is because there's some kind of sentimentality there. She's lost her shit, man.
yeah. So I've heard. I don't even know what to say. Like, there's an old saying, "Don't put your dick in crazy," and I guess Ricky, being sheltered and raised as a monk, never heard it.
It's a good saying. There's a little bit more depth to it, but yeah, it does kind of boil down to hey, actually, I do have a question because we haven't been able to exactly get outside of the city limits lately. Is it true that he died?
That who died?
Ricky.
I want to fuck with you, but no. Who would be able to kill Ricky? That's the fucking sleeping hound. Of course he didn't die. Ricky can't die.
Okay, I believe you.
'Cause who's saying he? You know what? Maybe if that's the rumor, let it be, because better to have rumors of his death be greatly exaggerated than people expecting him to show up.
No, that's a good plan. Yeah, if we don't expect him to show up, anyway. Salon goes over to her safe, opens up the safe. There's a smaller safe inside. Salon opens up the safe again, grabs a stack of papers and hands it to you. I know you all don't have long here. If you stay too long, you'll get stuck. So here's my report on all the movements above ground.
Yeah. Devine is going to grab the papers. Kiss Salon. You are fucking beautiful. Want to get you so many bottles when we come back. You know what? I'm gonna put that shit on tap.
You kiss Salon. She blushes. She is taken aback, looks at you and goes, "Yeah, yeah. Thorns Moscato on tap for me. Divine, are you perchance like single?"
Oh, I've got a fiance and a girlfriend.
So no, but yes.
I think, like, my status is, yeah, sure. You clear it with Aaliyah, and we're good. Because I gotta love my mortal girlfriend as long as she's alive.
I was mostly joking, Devine, but you know what? Once that you can free us from the tyranny of this crazy bitch empress, we can sit down and consider this.
It's a date, and he's going to wink at her and let the gust of wind close the door between them.
She blushes and goes to find another bottle of wine. You have left with your papers. Walking outside, Fairus hiding in a pretzel formation, unable to be seen by God himself. You see Devine walk out.
When Ferris sees Devine, she will lift her head up and do a psst. And I don't know if that came through the mic, but she does like a hey, look at me kind of way before but staying in her small position, hiding to get his attention to look at him. To look at her.
Devine, believing that there's no reason to be hiding anymore, because Kai's looking for Fairus up at the spire, and there's nobody around here that wants him dead. It's gonna just. You don't have to hide speaking in a normal voice. I think it's all friends down here.
Are you sure? Because I just saw Kai going by, and that's why I am here. And she starts to kind of unfold herself a little bit more, and then stands up and moves close to Devine, almost as if she's super happy he's there to be a second protection, even though she's pretty capable of protecting herself most of the time.
Oh, the fates the loom weaves. Gotta send Kai away so they wouldn't be looking for you down here. I told them you were up in the spire.
I just walked out of the Bountiful Bear, Devine. I just walked out. They were right there.
2 seconds. I was sending them to get off of your trail. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Salon's been holding down the fort, and she's been gathering information from our runners on the troop movements of Moya's armies up on the upper city. So I think we can get the fuck out of here before Kai realizes that I lied to them. Which, even if they come back, I'll just lie to them again. They're kind of a schmuck.
Well, good to know. Were you able to find what you needed?
Yeah, I was shocked seeing everything being taken care of, but it's our people taking care of it. So we are good.
Okay. Now, question for you, and she kind of stares at him in the eyes very seriously. Is there something you need to tell me?
Yeah, a couple of our runners have fallen. They got taken out with the cost of war, so I was planning on, leaving enough money at the drop on our way out to make sure they're taken care of.
Ferris kind of has a hurt expression in her face. Devine, I ran into Mountain.
Yeah, how's he doing? How's Little Mountain? They're both okay, right?
Some tears kind of well up in her eyes. He says you're trafficking. And you're the reason he doesn't have his son right now.
Who did he say was spreading these rumors?
He didn't say that anyone was spreading the rumors. He said that you're trafficking and you are the reason he doesn't have a son. So unless he's lying and maybe saw someone else or something, he was in bad shape too. But he kicked me out of where I found him because he couldn't be around me if you were with me.
You know, Kai said something about working with my family, and called me a scion of House Amlar, which I am definitely not a scion of that house of my house. So I don't know if weird things are happening here or weird reports are coming in from the outside. Like I'm not associated with my family like that. Ricky's dead, apparently. I don't know what's going on, but we don't have time for me to straighten this out with the mountain. I want to. Now, Brennan, I am breaking in intimacy by not going to talk to the mountain.
Ooh.
Because I have that intimacy that every person's accountable for their own actions. So,
What level of intimacy is that?
that's defining.
What's your resolve?
5.
Here's my question for you.
6, because this is really killing my vibe.
So my question for you is, do you want to have to roll against that to go and try and find the mountain, or do we want to just get to the end of this?
You know what? I have another defining intimacy that says if it's not fun, it's not worth doing.
That's fair.
And that does not sound fun.
Yeah, it would not be. So those two would cancel each other out. I'm gonna let you decide. I'm not gonna have you roll resolve against yourself.
We should get out of here, but I'm going to need to make whatever I've set into motion that has taken Little Mountain from Ashen Mountain. I'm going to have to atone, but today's not the day. We've got a war to be fought. Pragmatism prevails.
As long as you make it right and do talk to him and settle this, because he truly believes that you're causing issues with children trafficking. Like when I found him, he had a bunch of children in the room with him. It looked like he was trying to help protect them and keep them quiet. And he said he's been trying to save as many as he can.
You know, we don't traffic. People aren't cargo.
That's my thought exactly. I think if we got all the information we can get this time, we should probably head out of here. And she still looks a little upset, but she'll like link an arm with him, mostly because she's still afraid that Kai's around the corner, but also just to like be like, let's go.
Yeah. Devine is going to, when she goes to link an arm with him, Devine's going to wrap his arm around Fairus. Yeah, I think we've got more than the information we wanted.
You guys head back towards the vault. Pat Sandy on the face. Get them ready to know that they're going to be going soon. And as you guys head further into the vault, you guys go to the place where that your money lies. Inside of the vault, the yellow light of Sol Carcerum is there, and eventually you guys head back out through and back to Great Forks. Thank you for taking the time to enjoy our show. If you liked what you heard, why not leave a review or tell a friend about us? It helps get the good word out about the work we put into this show. If you wanted to ask us any questions, you can contact us through Twitter at apairofdicelost or email at apairofdicelost@gmail.com. The theme song for this game is Dragon Dance by Raphael Crux, used under a Creative Commons license. And for making it this far, I saw that cool thing you did, so have some stunt dice. Unless, of course, he were to say botch, there shouldn't be any backlash yet.
Why you gotta say shit like that, Brendan?
It's literally my job to put the drama here.
All you gotta do is not botch the role that you are specifically designed to be good at. Because that never happens on this podcast.
Never.
Apparently saying honk shoe has gotten Brit to start laughing.
We're good. We're good. It's all good.
As someone who spent 2 weeks designing a single character, yes, it is going to be a pain. I cannot stress to you all enough how that the math hurts my brain in this game, and I am happy that we have all had fun with this. I am going to be so glad when it is done. I think that after this, I may not run Exalted for quite a bit, or if I do, me making things to make you guys fight against has to be like fellowship levels of simple.
Yeah, I like spreadsheets the game, not algebra the game.
Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. It needs to be godbound levels of simple.
At least we are having a good time, though.
Yeah. Yes, we are. I'm very happy with this game. I'm just upset with the math.
But also, I just thought with a overarching plot of traveling creation, there's a universe, an alternate reality that exists where this was a fellowship game.
Yeah, and it would have been it would have been concluded in half the time because that game bloats up real quick. I think that the max that you can get out of a fellowship game is like 20 to 25 sessions because because people level up like almost every game.
Yeah, but I think that's about as long as a standard game should last.
Depending on the
Yes, that's like a year with skipped sessions and holidays.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that the reason this has bloated up so long as it has is I am having to adjust my normal planning session to run in 3-hour sessions, whereas I'm coming from usually running like 6-hour games.
Yeah.
So like, no wonder it's like 50 some odd sessions because that is actually my normal run time. It's just we would be running it as 6-hour games, not 3, and we wouldn't have had as many. Anyway, we are getting way off topic.
Yeah,
here.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think we would. I don't think I could sit through 6-hour sessions of Exalted.
I think we could in person.
I think the ADD in person gets worse.
You're probably right.
Because in person we can just walk away from the table for a second. Take a break, stretch our legs, make a smorgasbord.
Decide to put the game on hold and then go, oh God, Brendan's got to leave because he's got to go to work tomorrow. I guess we got to finish this up. And then the rest of what that I had planned for the rest of the night gets turned into 2 other sessions.
Yeah.
Play some Mario Kart. Dude, I don't know why I cannot just focus on that attribute that I have to add to any of these roles. Like, my brain is not functioning.
Dude, if it makes you feel better about brains not functioning, I asked Michaela what her email address was today. her email address that I've used several times, and say, man, I don't have nothing cool for this. Give me a sec.
Okay, I'll give you a second. I'm going to go back to Britt. He does that. I go and make myself a drink.
Yeah.
So, Cody, I'm thinking what I might do. I thought I had the charm that lets me, like, throw my voice, but I think I remember not taking that charm. I think I'm just gonna, like, cover myself up more before opening the door slowly, but saying his name and seeing what happens. Do you think he might try to attack me?
If you can tame a tyrant lizard, you can tame a mountain.
You know, that's fair. That is very fair.
I don't know. I think the longer you wait building up his suspense, the worse it gets.
That is also fair. Should I just, like, do what your gif earlier was with the big bird and just crash through the door?
Just kick the door down. That'll do it. And then he'll be preoccupied by the crying children, and that will give you time to explain yourself before he attacks you. Logic.
Ah, yes. Use the children's cries to distract him. Brendan is getting some ice cream for Gabe real quick, so he's going to be a moment longer. Now, I do have medicine charms. I actually have 4 medicine charms, so, like, I'll be able to heal him up a little bit, hopefully.
Hey, I'm going to run to the bathroom and make good use of this spare time.
You do that.
Me too.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I got the drink, and then Gabe was like, hey, can I have some ice cream? My dad said it was okay. And I went, you know, I'm sure that you're not lying to me, buddy. However, this is the kind of move that 13-year-old me would pull. So I'm going to go double check. So I had to double check and then went and got him ice cream once that I confirmed that he is allowed to have it.
I pull that one on my wife all the time. My mama says I can have ice cream.
As someone who has younger siblings, we did that shit all the time. We'd go up to my grandpa and be like, hey, grandma said we can have it. Can you help us? And he'd be like, okay.
Okay, so Britt, you, I know that I missed a little bit. So you come up on the scene of the mountain crying, not crying, but shushing a bunch of children here and hoarding food.
Yeah,
So-
kind of like what Thor is doing in the GIF where he just puts a blanket over his head and covers his mouth.
Yeah, that's kind of what that I was getting at. Yeah, now I'm not recognizable because now I'm a little babushka.
Yeah, totally.
Wait, on the street is I just supposed to work with the Empress. Something like that. Yeah, she's a means to an end. I can only imagine that Cody also was not expecting that response because he has not responded yet.
I'm trying to figure out how to punch you in the fucking mouth through the computer. I hate this kid. All right, well,
Britt won't look at me because I put on the Doflamingo glasses.
dude, I just admitted to my wife that I hate Kai more than I hate the realtor of the Spires Devine.
Oh, wow.
Whatever the fuck that gross dude's name is. You got under my skin.
I have and Moya hands, goes over to her safe, opens it up, and then opens a smaller safe.
Try that again.
Now I got a fighter.
Sorry, wow.
That was almost real bad.
I'm so sorry. That was actually...
It's your turn to have the anxiety now, Devine.
This is also a me, the GM, going, oh god, we have 20 minutes until Cody turns into a pumpkin, and we haven't done the literal thing that we came here to do.
Nah, I roleplay's good, and I napped today for some reason. Not for some reason. Apparently I can't have McDonald's. Blood sugar spiked. Took a little sugar nap.
Okay. Well, I'm still giving you the get out of the RP free card. Because also I think that you guys getting stressed about the mountain, Kai, and Salon has been well worth it. And also implying that you have people who stayed around, stayed loyal, and did the grunt work for you is actually like a huge boost. All right, I can't wait to go through the one shot with you, Cody, where that you storm Thorns and make a trade agreement with the Mask of Winters. But that could be another game.
Sold.